Anything that we need to get on the record on behalf of the state?
No, Your Honor.
On behalf of the defendant?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mrs. Harper. All rise for the jury. You may be seated. At this time, we will continue with the direct examination of Detective Hughes. You may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, Detective Hughes, I think when we left off, we had covered all of the surveillance that you were able to obtain for Rachel's bank card activity for January 28th.
Yes.
Okay, so we covered all of that. Now, when you were collecting that surveillance, you had identified the man in the photographs or the videos for the jury as Anthony Sleet.
Yes.
Can you explain to them how you identified him?
So while we're obtaining the video, watching the video for the Fine Food Mart, we're watching it with the clerk. They have a fairly large surveillance camera in the middle of the store. As we're watching that, identify as he's the person coming in using the card. One of the clerks identified him as a vagrant. It's always on the lot. So he's out there quite frequently. And so at that time, I provided him with my card and information and had asked them to call me next time he would show back up on the lot.
Did he do that?
Yes, he did.
Okay. What did you do when you received the call from the clerk that, hey, that guy that you were looking for is here?
I immediately got a hold of the patrol officers working that area and had them pick him up and bring him in.
When you say patrol officers, are they in uniform?
Uniform officers in a marked vehicle.
And when they responded, did Mr. Sleet go with them?
Yes, he did.
Cooperated?
Yes, he did.
Where did they bring him?
Columbus Police Headquarters, 120 Marconi Boulevard.
What did you do?
I conducted an interview with him.
And you said that happened at headquarters?
Yes, on the 6th floor. At that time, it was the 6th floor.
And do you remember approximately what date this took place?
I believe it was February 3rd.
Okay. Could it have been the 6th?
Could have been 6.
Okay. And when you do those interviews, are they recorded?
Yes, they are.
Audio, video, both?
Yes, both.
Okay. And did that take place in this particular case?
Yes, it did.
And was he cooperative with you?
Yes, he was.
You may.
I am showing you what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit X. Before you testified today, did I play some of this for you?
Yes, you did.
And what appeared to be on this?
My interview with Mr. Sleet.
And did it appear to be, minus what the judge is going to tell the jury, a fair and accurate copy of your interview with Mr. Sleet?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we would ask that you read the stipulation for the jury.
All right, thank you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a stipulation by the parties. The stipulation reads, the parties agree and stipulate that State's Exhibit X, the video recording of Anthony Sleet's interview with Detective Hughes, has been edited for time purposes only.
Now, when we say time purposes only, when you do an interview with somebody, do you stay in the room the entire time?
No.
Why might you need to come and go from the interview room?
It could be obtain information or look up information that they provided to verify what they're telling us.
And then, so is there any interviewing going on when you're not in the room?
No.
So there could be times where they're just hanging out in the room by themselves?
Sitting there by themselves, yes.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, we would ask permission to play the portion of Mr. Sleet's interview, State's Exhibit X, that the parties have agreed on.
Okay. Any objection?
No objection.
All right, we're going to try this again. All right, so still State's Exhibit X. I think we've got our technical difficulties resolved, although we haven't heard the audio yet, so you might want to not go far. Detective, who do we see in that?
That'd be Mr. Sleet.
We're gonna move it ahead to when you come in.
Okay.
How are you? How are you, bud?
How you doing?
Good bathroom or anything?
I just want this one.
Yes, sir. Well, I need to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Take anything you want to know.
What do you do?
Yes, sir.
I just make sure that everything's free. Spell your name for me.
S-A-N-T,
Mm-hmm.
H-O-M-Y,
Go ahead.
S-L-E-E-T, just like Coleman. Sleet,
Oliver, sir.
61,
And your date of birth.
11, 15, 1956. Yes, sir. Middle, initial E as in Edward. Yes, sir.
Where you lay your head at?
Well, right now, over a friend's house here and there, you know, I'm homeless.
All right, where you been staying?
Well, recently, Jackson White,
Okay.
but, you know.
How recent is that?
As of last Tuesday.
So you went in last Tuesday?
Yes, sir, just got out today from mayor's court.
So last Tuesday would have been, what, the 30th? Is that right?
I believe so, right. I knew it was before the first, it was right before the first.
Okay, where were you staying before that?
The abandoned cars, over friend house over on Ruby. Sorry,
Go ahead, keep talking.
a garage over there off of Byron, just, you know.
Okay. You have, I spoke to, I had the officer in Whitehall, John.
Yes, sir.
John.
Yes, sir, Slice, yes, sir.
How, you guys got a good report going on?
Absolutely.
You tell me you're a decent guy, so.
Yes, sir.
You tell the truth, so.
We don't too.
All right. Did you have a girlfriend over there in Whitehall?
No.
Lady friend or anything? Was there by the?
Oh, yes, as a matter of fact, I did. She, well, I used to.
Used to.
National Road Apartments. Her name is Dion Mahija, something like that. She's like black Spanish.
Okay.
And yes, I did.
How's your spell her name? Dion?
Yeah, D-I-O-N. Mahija is like Spanish. It's M-E-I-G-A.
All right, we'll figure it out. How old is she?
Dion is a little younger than me. Dion may be in her late 50s.
She have a apartment number over there or anything?
I believe B12. I believe. Yes.
The National Road Apartment?
Yes, sir.
She's still over there?
I haven't talked to her in a while. We've been split up for a good minute. I haven't talked to her, but I'm almost sure. Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
I'm hoping you're going to be straight with me.
I will too.
I mean, this could go good for you, it could go very bad for you.
Are we?
All right. Talk something pretty serious.
I see.
All right. I want to. Go ahead on the other side of this. I mean, I got some questions for you, a lot of questions.
Okay.
So do you have any idea what's going on, or?
Not a clue. That's what scared me so bad. Anything to do with Dion?
I'm just trying to establish your background a little bit.
Okay, understandable.
Now, I mean, okay, well, let's go through this. You're
Yes.
right with
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're at Holmes Police Headquarters.
Yes,
All right. You've been here before.
Yes, sir.
All right. And it is February 6, 2018.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Tuesday. And right now, current time is 5:27.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you speak English. What high grade school you completed?
I got my GED.
GED.
Yes,
So
sir.
you were right, okay?
Yes, sir.
Have any problem?
No, sir. Not really. For 61.
All right. Well, I tend to talk low, so my wife complains about it, so.
Yes, Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand what I'm saying? It fills out the periods on mumbling, just to say, hey, what are you saying? So, okay. Glasses or contacts?
I do wear glasses, I just don't have them.
Can you read print fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Consume any alcohol in the last 12 to 24 hours?
Yes, sir. One can of beer.
One can of beer.
Yes, sir.
How long ago was that?
A couple hours ago.
But that can of beer is not keeping you impaired.
Absolutely not.
Okay. What about any narcotics?
No, sir.
You on any prescriptions?
And again, I just got out of the pipe, Dave. I was on ibuprofen.
Oh, okay.
Schools off of it, but
Nothing, no pain meds or anything like that? Okay. All right, Anthony, I'm gonna give you a copy here. I'll read it out loud. Okay, just follow along with me.
okay.
All right. Anthony, before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you're unable to pay a lawyer will be appointed for you prior to any questioning if you desire. If you wish to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time you talk to a lawyer. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever read to you before?
I have.
Okay.
Not recently, but
I know, but it's-
I understand.
But, okay, you understand, okay. Can you read that for me?
It says, I have read and been read the statement of my rights as written above. I understand my rights.
Fair?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exact same copy, let's just write your information down on here,
Okay.
read man, the little questions I ask you.
Yes, sir.
Just sign right there, just showing that I've read your rights, you understand your
Yes,
rights.
sir.
All right, so, Anthony,
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's hard to just come right out with this, but I'll be straightforward with you and straightforward with me.
Yes, sir.
Going back to Sunday before last, we've been the Sunday before you got arrested.
Understandable.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
there was a young lady that was killed. Okay. You were using her card,
I remember that.
and you're in her car.
I remember that.
Tell me, break it down for me.
I was up at the, it's called an R&M store right there on Main and Barnett. I was up there and I was panhandling.
Okay.
You know, as people coming out of the store, you know, and this guy came out of the store. Dark-skinned fella, about my complexion, a little stockier than me, black guy. I asked him for some change. He was younger than me. He may have been in his, say, late 30s, early 40s, and I'm just guesstimating on that. That's the first time I ever seen the guy.
Okay.
I asked him for some change. And he said, well, no, I don't have any change. He said, what's your name? Come over and talk to me. His car parked right there in front. A little gray car. A little four-door station wagon type, newer type deal.
Tiny.
Yeah, yes, sir. And so I walked over to the car. He said, listen, man. He said, where you staying at right now? I said, you know, basically, man, I'm out the street. And never met this guy before in my life, officer. That's not true. He said, well, listen, he said, you know, me and my girl, we fell out, and she's, you know, trying to take my money and stuff. If you help me, you know, get some money off of me and her credit card, you know, I'll get you a room for the night. Honest about you. I said, sure. Hey, you know, I mean, I'm on this. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
So he knew the PIN number and everything. So he said, he's going there and hook it up, you know, and this, that, and the other. I said, well, I asked him, right this thing outside the food, not the food mart, the RM carryout.
Okay.
We stood there, should be on camera. And we stood there talking outside the car for a little while. I said, what you doing? He said, because I don't want her to know that I did it. He said, but it's me and her car, and we fell out and get my money out of it. It's cool, you want to give me a room? Fine. So he said, we're going there, and he tried to tell me to get $2,000 off of this credit card.
Okay.
And I'm not going to bullshit you there. First red flag for me. You know, because I'm a street guy. I ain't stupid, but I tell me go in the Abraham store and get $2,000 out the ATM. You know, I mean, you know. So I said, okay, well, you gonna give me a room? I said, man, you promise give me a room, man. Help me out, man. I'm out here homeless. Like he said, man, I promise I'll look out for you, man. You help me out. I went in there, I tried it, it did not give me no $2,000.
What did it do?
Well, for one reason, I'm not the smartest guy in the world with the credit cards and stuff, so I put in the 2 and the 0, then the little thing, you know, in between there, and then I push 0, 0, 0, but it looked like it said $20,000 or something, so then I erased that, I started over, and I think I got like $40-something, the final thing that I got out of it. And I brought it back to him, and I said, and I explained to him what I tried to do. And so he said, well, let's go someplace else. You know, and he took me around, I can tell you every place we stopped.
Tell me where you went.
We went from there, I think we may have went to the food mart, which is about a block and a half down from there.
So the first place was what?
No. We didn't go into R&M immediately, I don't believe. I think we went down to the food mart. Because we wanted to go to ATM. We went to the food mart. Yes, sir, food mart.
Where's that at?
Wyandt and Main.
That's the first place you went.
Yes, sir.
Did it work?
It worked. I think I got some kind of money out of it. I'm not absolutely sure the exact amount, $80 or something.
Do you remember what time that was? Is that where he approached you initially?
No, he approached me initially at the R&M on Barnett and Main. Because that's where I was standing there. I was trying to get me a beer.
What's the name of it?
R&M, carry out.
Okay. So when you spoke to him,
Yes,
what was he
sir.
wearing?
He had on a multicolored knit, like skull cap type, winter skull cap type.
Face, what was his face covered?
No, it actually wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. I got a really good look at his face.
Okay. So you didn't know how you saw him again?
Absolutely. Kind of slanted eyes almost, kind of fat in the cheeks, about my complexion.
Okay.
And he was driving. His pictures, like if you go down to the R&M at Brown, I guess it may have been after 6 or 8, because it was dark out in the evening. So it was after 5, I believe. But the camera should show him, me and him standing there in that parking lot talking.
And that's the first place that you're 100% sure.
I'm 150,000% sure. Because that's why I'm standing there trying to get me a beer.
All right, so you go from the food mart,
Then,
you go there, and bet you don't try it first until you go to food mart.
right, yes.
Okay.
Then we ended up going back there to the R&M.
Okay.
But then we went down to, I believe, the BP on what was that? That's BP on Main and James. Yes, sir. We went in there and
Was it just you yourself?
yes, sir, and he was parked outside.
Okay.
And then from there, we went down to, not the Speedway, but the US Bank.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Do you remember the PIN number?
Yes, sir, I do.
What is it?
It was 0602.
0602.
Yes, sir. And that's what made me believe this new pin number and everything, you know. And me and my girl fell out, and so I was gonna get a room out of the deal, so. But I never did get a room. But that's what. And then we.
I got an answer something.
Okay, yes, sir.
What time do you think he was at the R&M when he first approached you?
I know it was after 5. It could have been between, I would say 6 and 8 o'clock.
Okay, all right, I got that. So, US Bank, which one?
Right there on, what is that, Main?
Main Street?
Yes,
Right there
sir.
on Bexley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you use it there?
Yes, sir.
Just you go up?
Yes, sir. And he was parked off to the side. Couldn't get nothing out of it. I tried 2 or 3 times because it kept saying, it asked me did I want a receipt for the balance? And I said, push yes, so I could take it back and show him, what I got out of the thing for him, because, I didn't want him to say that I was stealing something from him or something. And it didn't give me any money, but it gave me back the receipt. So I tried it again, it gave me another receipt, and said, remove your card. So then I think we went over to Huntington, to the drive, ATM.
The same like right there on Main Street?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened then?
I don't think I got any money out of there either.
Okay.
I don't believe if I did, it wasn't, I don't believe I got any money out of there. At one spot though, sir, I do remember getting $200. That may have been the BP. Yes, sir. And I brought that back and gave it to him with the receipt.
How much was in the account, remember?
It's, when I got the balance and I read it there, I believe it said $2,700 and something dollars.
Okay.
The same amount he said, he told me that, much there. And that's what he wanted me to get out.
Okay.
And when I got the balance sheet, I didn't look at it. And it was 2,000 something. So, I said, well, okay, this guy's on the up and up, I believe it so far. But I think all together that night, with the cigarettes, I bought me some cigarettes and stuff, we may have gotten $400 and something all together.
Did you go out west anywhere?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
What was the last place you went to?
Over on Livingston, it wasn't the, mobile, it was, man.
Fastmark? There, Hampton and Livingston? Across from the high school?
I believe so. Or is that the library? High school library, something?
Well, there's a American Legion across the street. I think it's Ziegler. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, how did this all end?
Well, I ended up, honestly, I ended up with $80
Okay.
and some cigarettes and some wine. Yeah, I bought me some wine and two things of Four Loko
Where's this at?
on Livingston.
Okay.
And he dropped me back off at the R&M.
What time was that?
They weren't closed yet. It was still open, so it wasn't 1 o'clock. It may have been 10, 11 o'clock.
Did you ever go to Carver?
As a matter of fact, I did. He wanted me to get him a carton of Newport in a green and black box. And I told him, you gotta give you some cigarettes. And I did go to Kroger. They only had 4 or 6 packs of the Newport that I smoked. And the cigarettes that he had, his cigarettes. No, take that back. They didn't have the Newports in the green. And I got those on Livingston, his brand of cigarettes. But I did get some Newport Reds. Yes, sir.
Go any other stores?
No, sir.
Any stores? Nothing else?
No, sir. But I can tell you this, that he did say that he had a girl with him before he picked me up. He said, yeah, well, I was a female friend. I don't know why you having so much trouble getting it, because she went in there, and she got it out of there, and she, and that's what the man said to me, swear to God.
When was this?
Young lady.
You didn't see her?
No, I never know about that. When he was by himself.
So this guy is dark skin, light skin?
Dark skin, about my complexion.
Okay.
Yes, sir. The younger people.
You can identify him?
Absolutely.
Did you ever go around Allegheny?
Allegheny.
You know, Allegheny's out by the airport. Remember the Greenbrier Apartments?
Yes, sir.
Are there new schools at that for Central School?
No.
Ever go there?
No, sir. No, sir. Never been there. No, sir.
He gave you no name, you introduced himself?
He said his name was Rob. Everybody called him, he said his name was Rob, everybody called him Rob. Yeah. But
Did say this girl's name?
No, he did not. I didn't ask. He said his name was Rob. No. But I had never met that guy before. I had never seen that man before in my life, officer. And I was, like I said, I was standing out from the store panhandling.
Now, when did he come out of the store?
Yes, he did.
There you go.
Yes, he did. That's what made me approach him. Hey, my brother, he's back home, and he called me over to the people about to get in the car. And he started asking me questions. What do you do? I said, I'm out here in the street homeless. And he said, man, you know, you're the girl right towards you, and if you help me out, man, I'll get you a room for the night. And that's the truth.
You get my Anthony, Tony, or
So people don't speak on me, I'm tired. Yes,
so
sir.
be patient with me.
Absolutely.
Okay, line, stay here for a little bit, line, try to follow them some stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. You need something?
Anything I can do to help you guys, because, you know, I'm innocent bystander.
Did you know anything about the murder?
No. Oh, my mama's right there, God. No, sir.
No, this kind of anything.
No, sir. I ain't into that. I ain't gonna kill them, and I ain't gonna let them die. No,
I
sir.
heard belonged to a murdered female.
Oh, my God.
That's her car.
Oh,
So I was gonna say, it's pretty important for you to be honest.
I will, I swear to God, because I ain't trying to get into nothing
All
like
these
that.
places
Yes,
that
sir.
you told me about,
Yes, sir.
you're the only one that's on video.
Yes, sir. And you go in the store.
That's how I found you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
anything to help identify this guy?
I really promise you, I ain't got nothing to do with none of that before I met that man.
Okay. So that's right, Tony.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. It's nothing to do with me. Wow. Oh, Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Jesus, help me, Lord. Oh, Lord. Ooh, that's terrible.
So, just help me narrow it down. He's how tall?
Ooh, oh my God.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
5'9".
Yes, sir.
Taller or shorter?
He may have been a little shorter than me, but he was in 5'9"-ish height. Because when he was standing on the other side of the car, and that's the only time I ever saw the man stand up. When I walked over to the car, he was standing on the other side of the car, and we was almost eye to eye. But I think I was a little bit taller than that gentleman.
So, 5'7", 5'8".
5'8"-ish or so, yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
lighter complected you, though. You said maybe a little bit.
If he was, it wasn't by that much.
Okay.
But we was in the car most of the time, he was
Yeah.
dark skinned.
Okay.
Yes,
How
sir.
old again?
I know that man was older than me. I would say he was late 30s, early 40s at the most. And like I said, I'm estimating, he could have been a little younger.
Facial hair?
No.
No. Anything that made him stand out? Different color eyes? I mean,
No glasses, no facial hair, nothing. Little stocky built, leather, he had on a leather jacket or light colored jacket.
So, he didn't tell you where you lived or anything?
That's my fault. I should have asked more questions. And if I had known something like that happened, I'd have got the hell away from there so fast. But no, sir. No, sir. He did. And I sure tell you if he did, use me.
Sorry, man. Be back.
Yes, sir. Good man, you me. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Oh, Lord. I so wish he had told me. Motherfucker, you me. I wish I had known. I sure wouldn't die.
You all right, man?
I mean, I'm upset, you know, because I'm thinking, you know, he could kill me, you know.
Well, I'm gonna go through this, all right? So I'm gonna go through some times with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, first documented time, that
Yes.
card was used at Main and Wyatt, around 3:22. Okay, so it goes from there to, and it's almost 10 o'clock, so there's a half hour. What are you guys doing for a half hour? And you're with him for a while.
Yeah, I was later than that. It was dark. It was dark.
No, it was dark.
I was at the five when I was at the park. Because he was already in the store. When I walked up on him, not because when I started panhandling, he came out the store, and that's when I hit him up for, he was looking for some change. And it was dark, it was like 5-ish or something. So,
Now, Sammy, I've got a problem with that time. That time doesn't fit.
it was 3, it was still daylight. I can't believe it. I mean, it very well possibly could have been. I don't know, I was up there panhandling. I do know that the first place that we did stop was at the food mart. Went Main and White.
But he picks you up at the R&M.
At the R&M. He came out of.
Yeah. So,
We went to,
but see, I've got the R&M, I'm sorry, the food mart, it says it was declined the first time somebody tried to use it there. You remember that?
possibly. I don't think we got any money out of there. No,
Okay, so then,
no.
you're telling me from there,
We went straight down the street to BP.
BP, so,
Only a few minute drive.
now, hold on. So we go to the BP,
Yes, sir.
and it's almost 40 minutes. What are you guys doing?
But it don't take 40 minutes to drive from food mart
No,
to the
it doesn't.
BP. We went straight there first, and then we went to US Bank. To
Well, then the US Bank doesn't come in until, oh man, that didn't come into play until after 10 o'clock. So I'm missing, there's between the time that you first try to use the card on the food mart, there's 40 minutes. It doesn't take that long to drive around there, especially that time of night. So, Tony, to me, that's a little troublesome, all right, I got some time.
I understand.
So, did you guys go anywhere?
No.
Any house, ordinance?
No, sir. No,
You didn't
sir.
go somewhere and say, hey man, I'll be right back?
No, sir. No, No, sir. I promise God, no, sir. We went in the food morning. I came out. I don't think it worked or something, but I thought we did get some money out of that food morning. Well, maybe we did because that's why we went on down to BP. And we didn't go anywhere else. We did not go anywhere else.
You didn't go out west at all?
No, sir. Absolutely not. No, sir. No, not at all. No, sir. No, sir. Furthest we went was over Livingston. That was the furthest we drove.
Now, according to these times, you're with them for almost 2 hours.
Okay.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, well, we stopped at several different places down Main Street. And then
I got all those.
we never went anywhere else after Livingston. That was the last spot, and he brought me back to Orneum.
Brought you back where?
To Orneum, to the Orneum store. It was open, but we didn't go in, and he just dropped me off right there. But we didn't go out in the west, we didn't go anywhere out of the district because, all the places we went to were the places that I go back that way.
What was he wearing?
It was a light colored jacket. I believe he had on a little gold chain. I remember I was going to tell you that he did speak like he spoke with like a southern accent, like not so much country or that, but just a little bit more southern than the people here in Columbus speak about the sound. He had on a little gold chain.
He had any tattoos, scars?
No, he had on a jacket.
Anything on his face that stands out?
No glasses.
Did you say he was wearing a hat?
Hairs.
He was wearing a hat?
Yes.
Did you see hair at all?
He didn't take the hat off. And he had short hair.
Short hair?
Yes, sir.
Hairline receding, normal?
That's what made me think that he may have been in the late 30s, early 40s, because it was like receding, because I'm 60 and mine don't recede. That's one of the first things I just generally noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was slightly receding. That's what made me think that his...
So was it a fade or what?
Just short. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Slight receding now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he's telling you he's got problems with his girl?
Yes, sir.
He didn't say anything about it, what the problem was?
No, I didn't ask, I've been doing nothing. That's the problem with my own little female friends. It just didn't, I didn't ask.
He didn't say where he hung out at, where he's from, where he worked, you guys didn't chit chat or anything?
No, promise you, no. I was telling you more about me, because he kept inquiring about me, you're right, I said, yeah, it's my hair, that's what's smart, we can go to another ATM, and I was telling him all the places that I hang at, that I panhandle at, I was like, I hadn't been to do anything stupid like that, I would not have done it to all my hunts, another place I think, but officer, this is the honest truth, I had any idea that something that gruesome was going down. No, sir, I had no part of that.
So did he seem to know where he was going when you guys were together?
He actually didn't, because he kept telling me which way. As a matter of fact, we drove past the Dairy Warren and had to turn around and come back because I kept telling him, no, the store right here. He didn't know where he was going. He did not know. No, sir. It wasn't me.
Hello there.
How you doing, sir?
Good. What is your name?
Anthony.
Anthony, just give me 1 second. Detective Hughes asked me to show you a set of photographs, and I need to kind of read some information to you before we start that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. Anthony, what's your last name?
Sleet, S-L-E-E-T.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and let's see.
Because he said something about that the first time the car was used around 3 something, but I don't believe I was with that man, did I? I wanted him to check and see if that was me at that ATM around 3 something.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the case, so you're gonna have to talk with,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
with
Yes, sir.
Detective Hughes about that.
Okay. Yes, sir.
We're at. Quarters, and let's see, date and time. Today is February 6th, 18, and I've got 7:25 p.m. Okay, this is just some general information, okay? And just to tell you, I don't know any who these photos are. I don't know any of the people in it. I know very little about the case that he's involved in. And the reason I'm showing you the photos is that way it's, you know, I'm not suggesting that.
I understand.
So I don't even know what this is really about. But I'm just going to read this information. It says the photo array you are about to view consists of 6 photographs. They're in no particular order of importance. That means that if there's 6 photos here,
Yes,
and the first photo is no more important than the 6, it's just that's just how they're arranged. Okay, the subject of this investigation, or the person that he wants you to see if you know, may or they may not be included in the photographs. I don't know who the person is. It says, I do not know who the subject of this investigation is. Look carefully at the photographs of all 6 people, and then let me know whether you recognize anyone.
Yes, sir.
You are not required to select any of the photographs.
Okay.
Okay? Okay?
Yes,
What
sir.
I'd like you to do is just look at those and tell me if you know any of those people.
I've seen him before, but that's not the guy in question.
And which one are you referring to?
The number 2, but I've seen him around before, but that's not the guy in question. This looks more like the general description. The dude, well, definitely not him.
a lot of times what we tell people is to focus on the facial features. Sometimes the hair and everything changes. People can put on weight, that type of thing, but the eyes and the nose and the mouth a lot of times doesn't change.
This is the closest.
So you're going into number one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do me a favor, just circle number one and put your initials by it.
Yes, sir. The whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing there is fine. Okay. All right. I will put my initials by it and what is significant about this person? Who do you think this person could be? Or who do you think it might be?
The guy that was driving the car the night that I was panhandling up at R&M store, and I asked him if he had any change. That would be him. I could hear his voice, and I would know for sure he had a slight southern like. He looks a little bit too young, but
You say that's the person that you think that's the person that drove the car?
yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know that.
Right,
I know very little
I
about it.
understand, I
Yeah.
understand.
So, you know what I will do is I will give this to Detective Hughes and I'll ask him to come in and talk with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I ask you to sign right there.
Yes, sir.
Sign right there. Number one, top left.
I'm just having with it. These two, but I would think it's him because of the chubby cheeks. The guy had chubby cheeks. That's what made me think it was not him. No, man. The rest of them they don't fit. That's what made me think. Best guess is that it would have been him.
I'll have Detective Hughes come in and talk.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Anthony.
I'll talk to you about this, Sawyer.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, you're saying that's him, or he looks like him?
He looks like him. He looks like him.
But he's not, or is?
He was on everything I love. I'd like to say yes, sir, that's him, but
Just because you're looking at some photos doesn't mean you have to pick somebody. I mean, I don't want you to trust somebody that you think you're helping. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
I mean, if he's not there, he's not there.
This one fits the profile. This one,
Okay.
this one, I mean,
So he just fits, it is or is not? Okay.
he fits the profile.
All right.
What I remember of him. But what I wanted to ask you, though, you say 3 o'clock, and I'm almost.
No,
No,
3 o'clock.
no, that's
Yeah, for 9.
You mean the first?
First time you used the
Yes.
card is at that mark right there, being white.
Right.
It was 9:20.
Okay, that's about right. Because I know it's dark. Yes, sir. I know it because I'm very happy with the still with the daylight. I remember. But they should have a picture of that guy because he was parked right at the end of the parking lot by the ice machine.
No video.
And that's where I first met that man at. Right, because I was already on the line, and he was already in the store. But no, sir, I knew him, but we were talking about it, so it was declined, somebody else had used it at that time. And that's true.
Well, and like I said, I guess still there's some time discrepancy. I have
No.
I'm here with it for quite a while. So,
I mean, for the first time I used it, you said it was around 9 seconds to 10.
yeah, there's a half hour.
Right?
You guys go somewhere, spend some money other than
No.
store, go to the dope house, and
No.
buy some dope or anything.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
You're telling me you never went anywhere inside with him
No.
other than the store?
No, that was it. That was it. And he never went in the store. But there were several times when I did go to the ATM machine, and I was in the store for a nice period of time trying to, you know, and then at one point I was using the wrong pen. I was using 0626. And he says, no, he said, that's not it, it's 0602.
And he gave you that hand number right off the bat, he already had it.
Yeah, he already had it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I was using the wrong one because I thought it said 0626. And I was trying, and it wouldn't work. And then come to find out I was using the wrong pen. And then once I put in the right pen, is when it would not give the amount, but it did give me the balance.
Let me ask you this, Tony. All right.
Yes, sir.
I told you this is our murder investigation.
I understand.
So, obviously, you know, when we do our job, we investigate everything, we collect everything possible.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, we photograph, fingerprint,
Right.
and DNA test everything, you're aware of that.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to give me voluntarily DNA?
Anything you want.
You'll give me DNA?
Off the top, immediately.
All right, let me go get some paperwork, we'll get that, and that way, if we do have DNA in there, that way we can eliminate you.
Yes, sir. That's off the top. Fingerprints.
But you're telling me, if anything, you can be in the car. It's gonna be in the car though, right?
Oh, but only on the passenger side. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Would it be unusual for you to leave a crack pipe behind?
No, I didn't.
Shouldn't.
No, sir. No, sir, I didn't because I remember that night, I didn't have one on me. I got me one later.
All right, this guy's talking about smoking crack or anything?
No, not at all. No, sir.
Talking about drugs or anything? I mean, not,
No, no.
just wanted you to go get some money.
And the last thing I got for him was the cigarettes and 2 cans of beer, Bud Lights.
And that was, Livingston.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that put you in the Kroger before that.
Yes, sir. And only have cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Yes, sir. The only thing that he talked about, he never mentioned anything about do I know where to get anything at or anything like that, because we take the Hughes. I would have. But he.
And this is a older gentleman, it's not a young kid, not a young guy in his 20s, it's an older guy.
Exactly. And I was waiting on how he built it. Yes, and I was waiting on him to ask for a girl or something, but he never mentioned anything. He was concerned about getting the money.
All right. Let me go get that paper and we'll get the DNA, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Detective Hughes, I mean, anything you need, you got. I give you my firstborn son.
I see you got a phone in your property.
Yes, sir. It's no
What's the phone number?
That old found phone, I don't have a phone now. My phone don't work. You know?
What's it do? What do you use it for?
Basically, I just use it to store numbers, or it's basically just a clock.
Is it locked? Is it locked on it?
No, sir.
You didn't like get the guy give you a phone number or nothing?
No. And I asked him. He said, no, I don't have a phone. And I asked him.
Did you see a phone in you?
No, I did not. No, I did not. And I sure did ask him, you know, I said, shit, I gotta get in touch with you, man. You know me, he said, I ain't got no phone. But that phone I got, it's just a clock, basically. That's it. But I've worked with, Detective Spicer now when he was Officer Spicer on a lot of things to help him. I know how important something like this is. So, I know,
All right. We'll go through this with you, all right?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be I, Anthony Sleet, all right? About E-E-T. Right, spell?
Sleet.
Sorry.
Yes,
It's going
sir.
on like this. Hereby authorizing in my consent to Detective Hughes to obtain biological evidence samples, pupil swabs, with these big Q-tips.
Yes, sir.
For my person, these samples will be turned over to Columbus Police. I understand that these samples will be presented to the Columbus Division of Police Crime Lab or other appropriate laboratories for analysis. Okay. I understand that these samples may be used for this investigation or any other investigation or legitimate or any other legitimate law purpose.
Yes, sir.
Law enforcement purpose. I also understand that the specimen will be entered into a DNA database after analysis consent with my agreement. So what it means is just like, when you use fingerprints, they go into the fingerprint database, same thing.
It's already in the database from when I went to the penitentiary, I took my DNA, so it's already in there. Right? You can put it in there.
They won't let us use that. They'll let us, like, if we have evidence, and then they can hit on that stuff that you gave to the prison, but then we still have to do a manual one, and confirm stuff.
Whatever you need.
Since I have been advised and I understand that I have constitutional right to refuse to allow this evidence to be taken without a judicial order of court first being obtained, so that means you need to refuse.
But I have no reason to refuse.
This is my signature on this document, thereby declares that I consent to take these specimens as being given to the above named member, which would be me.
Yes, sir.
Knowingly, voluntarily, and without threats, promise, or duress of any kind. Is that fair?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
just sign right there for me.
Yes, sir. And I know this is what most people say, well, I don't know, but I have nothing to do with that nonsense. So
I appreciate you helping.
I'm 100% with you, but any way that I can help you,
All right, I appreciate that.
got that coming, because, I am not going to get caught up in something like that. I'm too old. No, sir. Anything you need from me, anything. When we come to the boy there, whatever you need, I don't give a damn. Any way I can help you, Detective Hughes, you got that coming, sir. Because if Detective Spicer vouch for me, you know what I'm going to do. Because he just ain't gonna just vouch for what he got. He's not. Because he's a stickler.
All right.
Yes, he is. And I'll help him out on quite a few things. You probably didn't mention that there to you, but.
Yeah, I only spoke to him briefly.
Right, but, yes, sir, no pun intended, but that's fine, too.
Well, we'll do what we do, so,
Yes, sir. in any possible way. Now, there is a phone number that you can reach me at, but it's a friend of mine. He's actually like a case manager guy. His name is Alan Lovelace, something like that, Alan. You know, he helps me out when I was in this band house and the maintenance man and broke my leg. He helped me, and he's the closest person I got in this city to family. What's his name? 614-622-5828. Yes, sir. He can get in touch with me because he sees me, he knows me, he helps me. Okay. He's a friend of mine, and he, you know.
Well, there'll be a time that I'm sure I'll be able to leave again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I mean, that's what's on the side.
But I want to help you. You got to do. I want to help you. Right.
You stay there. Yes, sir. Just go to their conference swabs.
And I'll be able to help you too.
You think anything that we might miss might help identify this guy?
Please give me your number.
That's all you think of
so
anything.
hard on this. Because it's like I remember when 2 o'clock and I was in there, there was a clock. Because I'm thinking so hard on it. Because I'm willing to help you as much as I can. And yes, sir. You got the scissors you need.
No, the number you're good here.
Okay, get it. Firstborn son coming up. Whatever you need. I promise you. No problem. If I was going to do it, I'm 100% yes. You know, I don't mind. Real.
He's also telling you got some warrants.
I just get out of Jackson.
I don't know if they verified it or not, so you can straighten that out with them, all right?
So look, I just get out of Jackson like that. Look, it was so cold outside. Look, I still got on. Jackson, okay. Yes, sir. I just got out today.
All right, yeah, check it out. I don't know if they verified. That's when you first came in, so I don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. They ran 450 over in public releasing. I still remember that.
You can see here, I sealed this, all right?
Yes, sir.
And from here, we'll go to our property.
Okay.
I'll give you my card.
Okay.
Figure it out right there.
All right, I have to pee one more time.
All right, I'll have to take it down.
I'm 61 years old. You know?
Oh, I know, man. Come real quick.
I know all of a sudden.
Sorry, sit tight, okay?
Yes, sir.
Want to ask anything, or we can break now?
I have a few questions, but they might take more than a couple of minutes for this particular section, so we might want to take a
Okay, all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and break for lunch at this time. I need you back in the jury room, let's say at 1:30. Again, remember the admonitions that I've given you with respect to discussing this case among yourselves, excuse me, or with anyone else. All rise for the jury. Very good. See everyone back by 1.